Here's something that took me way too long to figure out. Most people who are broke are not broke because they don't make enough money. And I know that sounds harsh because yes, income matters. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I know people making $40,000 a year who are quietly building wealth every single month. And I know people making $150,000 a year who are one missed paycheck away from disaster. And when you actually look at the difference between those two people, it's almost never the paycheck. It's a handful of habits. So today, I want to walk through the real reasons most people stay broke. And I've personally done almost every single one of these at some point, so this is not me judging anybody. This is stuff I had to unlearn myself. So before we jump into the video, comment down below. What is the one money habit that took you the longest to break? Alrighty, now jumping into it. So the first reason most people stay broke is that they treat saving like a leftover. The money comes in, they pay rent, they pay the bills, they go out to eat, they do a little shopping, and then whatever's left at the end of the month, that's what gets saved. And here's the problem with that. There is never anything left. Like, ever. Your spending will expand to fill whatever space you give it. That's just how it works. And people who actually build wealth do the complete opposite. The money hits their account, and before they spend a single dollar, a chunk of it goes straight into investments. 401k contribution, Roth IRA, brokerage, whatever it is. It's automatic, it happens first, and then they live off what's left. It's called paying yourself first, and it sounds so simple that people ignore it. But I'm telling you, this one change is the difference between I'll start saving next month for 10 years straight versus actually watching your net worth go up every single month. And the best part is you don't have to rely on discipline. That's the whole point. You set up the automatic transfer once, and now your future self is getting paid whether you feel motivated that month or not. Because motivation comes and goes, man. Automation doesn't. Now the second reason, and this one is sneaky, is lifestyle inflation. So let's say you're making $50,000 and you get bumped up to $60,000. Awesome, right? That's an extra $10,000 a year. But here's what happens to most people. Within 6 months, that money is just gone. The car payment got a little bigger. The apartment got a little nicer. You're ordering takeout a little more often. And none of it felt like a big decision. It's just a bunch of small upgrades that quietly absorbed the entire raise. And now you're making 20% more money and saving the exact same amount you were before, which for a lot of people is zero. And this is why you see people making $100,000, $150,000 a year who are still living paycheck to paycheck. Like, it genuinely happens all the time. The income went up, but the gap between what they make and what they spend never grew. And that gap, not your income, the gap, that is the raw material of wealth. No gap, no wealth, it's that simple. So here's the move, and I've talked about this before. Every time you get a raise, capture most of it before your lifestyle finds it. If you get a $10,000 raise, bump your 401k contribution or your automatic investing by $7,000 or $8,000 of it, and let yourself enjoy the rest guilt-free. You still get to feel the raise a little bit, but the majority of it goes to work for you. That is such a goated move, and almost nobody does it. Okay, reason number 3, financing a lifestyle on depreciating stuff, and the biggest one by far is the car. The average new car payment in America right now is somewhere in the $700 a month range. $700 a month on an asset that loses value every single day you own it. And look, I'm not anti-car loan across the board. If you've watched the channel, you know I think a low-interest loan on a reasonable car can be totally fine. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the person making $55,000 a year driving a $45,000 truck because the dealership said it's only $650 a month. That payment is eating the exact money that was supposed to become your emergency fund, your investments, your down payment, all of it. Because let's just do the math real quick. Take that $650 a month and instead invest it at 8% a year. After 10 years, that's over $115,000. That's what the truck actually costs you, not $45,000. The sticker price is just the beginning. The real price is everything that money could have become. So if you take one thing from this section, buy a reliable used car, keep the payments small or non-existent, and let the difference compound. Your future self will be so unbelievably grateful. Reason number 4 is that most people cannot tell you, even roughly, where their money went last month. And I get it, tracking your spending is not fun, Nobody wakes up excited to categorize transactions. But here's the thing. You cannot fix a leak you can't see. If you don't know that you spent $480 on food delivery last month, that number just keeps happening forever. And you don't need anything fancy. A basic spreadsheet, once a month, 20 minutes. Money in, money out, biggest categories. That's it. And the first time you do it, I promise you're going to find at least one number that makes you go, wait, what? Everybody has one. For me, back in the day, it was random Amazon purchases. Stuff I genuinely could not even remember buying. For you, it might be subscriptions. It might be DoorDash. It might be little $30 purchases that happen 4 times a week. And the crazy thing is, just seeing the number changes your behavior. You don't even have to white-knuckle it. Awareness alone kills like half of the dumb spending, because most of it was never a decision in the first place. It was just autopilot. Now here's reason 5, and this is the one that personal finance content honestly doesn't talk about enough, including sometimes on this channel. You cannot frugal your way out of a low income. Cutting expenses is playing defense, and defense matters, but defense has a floor. You can only cut so much. There's a limit to how much you can save. There is no limit to how much you can earn. And most people spend 100% of their financial energy on the defense side. Coupons, cutting subscriptions, driving 20 minutes to save on gas, and 0% on the offense side. When realistically, the highest return investment most people have available to them is not the S&P 500. It's themselves. It's learning a skill that gets you a $15,000 raise. It's switching companies, because staying loyal at the same job for years is statistically one of the worst things you can do for your income. It's picking up a certification, negotiating your salary, starting something on the side, whatever it looks like for you. Because think about it. Saving an extra $200 a month by cutting things takes real sacrifice every single month, forever. A $12,000 raise is $1,000 a month, and you negotiate it once. Both matter. But if you're grinding on pennies and ignoring your income, you've got the ratio backwards. Reason number 6. People think staying broke is a math problem, but it's really a psychology problem. Like, everybody watching this video already knows the basics. Spend less than you make, invest the difference. That's not new information. If information was enough, everybody would be wealthy. The reason people stay broke is behavior. It's buying stuff to feel better after a bad week. It's keeping up with friends who make twice what you make. It's the I deserve this purchase. And hey, sometimes you do deserve it, but when every bad day deserves a treat, that adds up fast. It's impulse buying at 11 p.m. because the algorithm knew exactly what to show you. And the fix is not have more willpower, because willpower loses eventually. Every time, the fix is building systems where willpower isn't required. Automate your investing so you never have to decide. Give yourself an actual fun money budget, a real number every month, so spending on things you love is planned instead of guilty. And for bigger purchases, just wait. Give it 48 hours. Give it a week. If you still want it after a week, cool. That's probably a real want. Most of the time, the urge is just gone. That rule alone has saved me a stupid amount of money over the years. And then the last reason, and this might be the most expensive one on the whole list, most people think investing is something you do after you're rich, like it's the final level you unlock. Once I make more money, once I pay this off, once things settle down, then I'll start investing. And the years just go by. But investing isn't how rich people spend their money. It's how normal people become wealthy in the first place. And the reason is compound interest. And the reason compound interest is such a big deal is time. Let me give you the quick math. $300 a month invested at 8% a year. If you start at 25, by 65, you're sitting on right around $1 million. If you wait until 35 to start, same $300, same return, you end up with less than half of that. 10 years of waiting cost you more than $500,000 on $300 a month. So the money you're not investing right now, in your 20s and 30s, that is the most expensive money you will ever spend. And you don't need to be some stock-picking genius either. A simple, low-cost index fund, automatic contribution every month, and then honestly the hardest part is just leaving it alone. That's the whole strategy. It's boring. And boring is exactly why it works. So let's bring this all together, because I don't want this to just be a list of problems. If you're watching this and going, yeah, that's me, here's the playbook, in order. 1. Automate your investing first, even if it's a small amount. $50 a month is infinitely better than zero, and you can scale it up from there. 2. Next time you get a raise, capture most of it before your lifestyle does. 3. Spend 20 minutes this weekend actually looking at last month's spending. Find your wait, what number. 4. Keep your car cheap and boring. I know, I'm sorry, it's just true. 5. Put real energy into growing your income, not just cutting expenses. And 6. Build a fun money budget so you can enjoy your life without blowing up the plan, because if the plan is miserable, you're going to quit the plan. Broke is not a personality, it's not a life sentence. For most people, it's just a handful of habits running on autopilot, and every single one of them can be rewired. So that's why most people stay broke. And more importantly, how you make sure you're not one of them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like down below, hit that subscribe button.